We're back. Welcome to Raw Honey. I'm Brandy.
And I'm your girl, the network queen.
Hey, y'all. Happy Women's Month.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
we are women. Okay.
Hear me roar.
We'll get into our honey jar, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Are you ready?
Let's do it. We want to hear from our listeners.
Okay. So, my question is what's your dream job? Dream job. Hmm. That's a good one, girl.
Girl, you got to think about it.
Yes, because I used to have so many dreams. Shoot. I used to want to be a psychologist.
Why?
That's what I initially started going to school for. And then when they were like, this is a 6-year program, I was
Yeah.
like, yeah, no, I'm out. So then I switched from that. I
Uh-huh.
used to want to be a teacher. Then I was like, they don't make no money. I don't know if I have time to deal with kids. Um, so that's all I can think of. I really don't.
Okay,
Isn't that
well,
crazy? What's
I know
yours?
my dream job. So when I was a little girl, I'm gonna tell you, I had three. Okay,
Yeah.
when I was a little girl, I used to always want to be a backup dancer for Janet Jackson.
Okay. Yeah, I like that.
Then the second one, girl, I can't even fucking dance.
You can't 1-2 step,
I could do that,
baby.
but I ain't
All
got
you
no
need.
no rhythm nation.
Oh, well.
So then my other job that I wanted to be like a single woman living in New York, high rise marketing executive director. Because I feel
Okay.
like I'm really good like at marketing and promoting and
Yeah.
stuff. So that was like in my teen years.
Yeah.
Well, now like going into adulthood, I feel like my dream job is morning radio host. I'm coming for you, Diddy McGuire.
Uh-oh. Oh, did she call Didi
No,
in the
I'm
morning?
not coming for her, but I would love to work with her. But I feel like morning radio, people have always told me that I have a pleasant voice.
Yeah.
And I guess I just have the personality for
You
it.
do have some energy to do something like that and can think like off the top of the
Yeah.
dome.
Doing this podcast kind of is fulfilling a little bit of
Yeah,
that
yeah, yeah.
dream in a way. So, yeah,
And who knows what may come out of this podcast?
those.
Yeah.
Let's blow up. All right. Let me do a green one. No, let me do
Well,
a yellow
just
one.
speaking of that, we are coming up on our 6 months. I know. I
Wow.
saw that in our history and I was like, oh, we're coming up on 6 months.
This is I swear this was not planned, you guys, because it's Women's Month,
Yes.
right? What would you wish a man could experience as a woman?
That's a good one. And that honey jar.
So, what would you wish a man could experience as a woman? For them to experience a menstrual cycle.
Ooh, that's a
Yep.
good one.
The
Baby, I can tell
cramps.
you right now, they would not be able to
Can
hang.
you imagine if they had to
No,
if they had to put a tampon on,
not a tip.
or if they got a blood spot on their shorts or pants at
I can't even
work?
imagine them cramping. Like the cramping would check them all the way out. Because you just imagine when a man gets sick.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I can't breathe. Oh, I'm dying.
No,
Just
but like
imagine the cramps.
imagine you like seeing a dude and then like they have like a blood
And then you're
spot on
like,
their
hey,
pants.
how's your day going? Oh, I'm
Yeah.
bloated. My head
Right.
hurts. I got
Or they're
cramps.
snacking like crazy and
Yeah,
shit.
that's funny. They do that.
Yeah.
If I was thinking pregnancy. I was
Yeah.
thinking just going through, but pregnancy is a beautiful thing. I bet a man would love pregnancy, just being able to
Be catered to.
cater to, carrying the baby, eat whatever you want within the cycle of being
Yeah.
pregnant.
And would be able to handle that.
But it's a
So,
beautiful thing.
with that being said, there's so much that women do and so much that we go through that,
Yes.
men, you guys sometimes need to
Hands,
just
give us a
stop
hand
and
clap.
realize what all we carry, what all we do on top of, working a job, taking care of a family. We're doing it with menstrual cycles. We're doing it while pregnant. So just like,
And
yes,
don't even get on as you're getting older the damn menopause.
that part. Do you see what I'm saying? Why is it
Baby.
called men? Oh, pause.
I need somebody in the medical field to share that with us because I don't even think of men shouldn't even be in that phrase.
The menopause. Oh, we need to make a whole fucking song about
And
menopause.
TikTok that girl.
Yes, we could.
Part. Okay.
I love that group. I love their music.
What group?
Climax. The menopause when I walk into.
See, this is what we were just talking about with the Auntie Bangs.
Yeah,
Don't
and
nobody know no climax.
the menopause, and they all sung the same old tune. Whoa,
Oh,
whoa, whoa. See? Hey, disco girl. That just reminds me of my mom when she would get ready for work. She'd
yeah,
play that music. So
yeah.
yeah. All right.
Okay.
Those are
Well,
HR questions.
yes,
Let us know.
and do share.
Yeah.
But you're gonna start us off with some topics, Miss Inform
Oh.
Me.
Okay, let's do some. Well, what's been really, really trending, and I'm sure all of you guys already know, but Dak Prescott and his fiance have broken off their wedding, their
Uh,
engagement.
I felt like you jinxed them.
I
Yeah, you did.
thought
Y-
they were already married.
Exactly. And now look, the poor girl ain't even gonna be able to walk down the aisle.
So it happened while they were doing their co-ed bachelorette
Now
party.
that part, what do you feel about doing a co-ed bachelorette party? I don't
A
know.
lot of people
Like,
say no, don't do it. See nothing wrong with it.
I don't
Don't.
either, but it's interesting.
So what really happened? Because I heard that she wouldn't sign the prenup, and then I heard that he was supposedly cheating on her.
Yeah,
So
I
do
don't
we
think we'd
even?
ever know. I don't know if she would go public on that.
Well, she
Um,
did. She
oh,
was
she did go public?
insinuating that there was infidelity on his behalf
Oh,
during the whole
because
bachelor.
he went public and he shut it down and he's like he didn't understand why people are even discussing that in his personal business, his personal life.
Somebody in their circle, because see, she had sent an email out and requested to the people, because you have to let your guests know there's not going to be a wedding.
Yeah, you gotta let your
And
wedding party know. Who's
yeah, and so she sent an email out, please be discreet, do not tell anybody. And somebody told.
mm, mm,
Somebody
mm.
told. And you know it's gonna get out. So why
Yeah.
even ask? But my God, like my thing is you put two babies in this woman and spent all this so
Now, if it was a prenup, I understand that. She should know what she's walking into and she should be willing to sit down at the table and discuss a prenup and sign it. No matter what the stipulations are, as
yeah.
long as they're agreeing on it. So I do think the prenup
So do you
thing,
think let's just say it's
that
the
just sounds
prenup.
like,
Let's just say it is the prenup.
yeah.
Do you think she's stupid for not signing a prenup?
I do think that she should sign a prenup. I
Yeah.
don't want to say stupid, but I do think she
Yeah.
should have signed a prenup.
Okay. Do you
Yeah.
think it's fair for him to
Ask her?
request? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
I
he
agree.
worked hard for all that money.
Yeah.
That yeah.
Yeah.
And if he wants to put stipulations behind that, if
Yeah.
anything happens, he has the
Well,
right to do
Michael
that.
Jordan has a prenup with his wife, and it's set up to where, like, if you're married to me for 2 years, you get this much.
Yeah.
10 years, you get
Yeah,
this
yeah.
much, or whatever. I mean, he put like for her, he put two kids in you. You are the mother of his children, and Dak's character does not tell me that he would not make sure you and those children are good.
Facts. But
So,
okay, on the flip side, does his
okay,
character show that he's a cheater?
what?
Does his character show that he could
I
be
don't
a
know. Have you
cheater?
seen anything?
I'm not talking about seeing anything. I'm talking about his mannerisms, who he is, how he portrays himself,
That's what I'm
what
saying.
we've
Have you
seen.
seen anything that that would make you think that he is a cheater?
I don't know because
I
they don't even
haven't.
really
So
show him
that's the word. You
out.
haven't.
But at the same time, he is a celebrity, and people girls are that crazy.
But that doesn't mean anything. There has not been any kind of evidence or character display that shows that he's that type of person. I mean, once he got with this girl, he let the world know that was
Yeah,
his
yeah,
girl,
you're right. And
you
she was
know?
at the game with the kids and things like that. So,
Yeah. So
hmm, I don't know. Tell us what you think.
I think it's the prenup. I don't think she wanted to sign it.
Yeah,
Girl, don't let your friends get into your ear and ruin a good
or
thing
your
for
mama.
you and your family. Oh yeah, with Candace Burris and Todd, they finalized their divorce. They said they were both happy with the outcome. So, all right.
Okay, well, mine is the Oscars. Oh my gosh, did you watch the
I
Oscars?
did not. I
I
don't watch stuff
did. Now
like
I
that.
didn't watch it live. I went back
Okay.
and watched the pre-recording. And you know what? I cannot think about the first time I've ever watched the Oscars. I don't know if I've ever watched it before, but I watched it this time and
hmm
I was impressed.
We
I
knew
thought
who was going to win. We knew it.
yes, yes,
Yeah.
and it was very corny. Like the jokes and the whole thing was corny. When I
Yeah.
say corny,
Yeah.
I mean like
Who was hosting it?
Cohen, the guy with the red hair. I don't even know.
Oh,
I've never watched any of
red
his
hair.
like
Oh,
his
him.
shows.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, him.
Yeah.
Um, but what I will say is you gotta recognize greatness.
Okay.
Michael B. Jordan
Yeah.
did his thing, winning the best actor.
Wow.
So I
Congrats.
wanted to trivia you, do a little
Okay.
trivia on
Sure.
that. So he is the sixth
Uh-huh.
black male
Yes.
to win the Oscars.
Only
Can you
in
name
2026.
yeah, can you name the other 5?
Let's see if I can. Harry Belafonte,
Yes. No,
Jamie
no,
Foxx.
no, wait. No,
What?
no, not Harry
Oh,
Belafonte.
Sidney Poitier.
Sydney
Sidney
Poitier.
Poitier,
Mhm.
Jamie Foxx.
Yes.
Um, oh, he has a twin brother, the guy with the eyes. You know, he was in the heavy set. He's in that movie. Not Heart.
The guy with the eyes.
Yeah, he has the weird
Oh, yeah,
eye.
yeah, yeah. He has a twin
He
brother?
has a twin
I did
brother,
not
and
know
his
that.
twin
So you
brother
want me to give you his name?
steps in. Yes, because I can't think of his name, but
Forrest Whitaker?
Forrest Whitaker,
Yeah.
Will Smith,
Yes.
Denzel
Look at
Washington.
you. Know your best man. Okay.
I know my black man. No, I'm just playing.
Well, good, because I was like, "Ooh, let me see who I want," because I did not know.
It's history, and I just
Yeah.
feel like, why doesn't Samuel L. Jackson have one, or Morgan Freeman,
Oh,
or
Morgan Freeman for sure.
yeah, you know what I mean? Or even there's just so
But
many actors
what I realized watching the show is that a lot of the movies are very cinematic movies. They're not it's just not any kind of normal blockbuster movie getting nominated. It's very cinematic movies that have some type of meaning or deep
that
storylines or
usually win.
yeah, that are usually nominated.
Yeah,
Or
yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So I
Well,
did notice
Morgan
that.
Freeman, I mean, Shawshank Redemption. Hello, that was an amazing movie. He did a lot of those
That
type
was
of
an amazing
movies.
movie, but and then I did want to also recognize Ryan
So,
Coogler,
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 yeah,
Coogler, for winning the the
yeah,
best movie
screenplay, yeah,
screenplay
best
movie. Yeah,
screenplay,
and
yeah,
that was awesome. And his story is even more um great. So if you get
great
a chance
movie.
to listen to his story,
Yeah.
and definitely check out Sinners.
Yes, it was such a great movie. I enjoyed
Yeah,
it. Yeah.
I've watched it
I mean,
twice.
Michael B. Jordan, if he didn't win, we're protesting because he had to play two different characters in that movie.
Yeah,
He played the twins, you know what I
yeah,
mean? And they were two different characters. That's
yeah.
freaking awesome.
And he played the heck out of that character,
Yeah.
so, yeah, I really enjoyed that. And
Yeah.
before I get off the Oscars, before
Okay.
I jump off that train,
Yeah.
Tiana Taylor,
Yeah.
she also won a, award as one of the cast members of One Battle After Another. So she got recognized, she was, on the stage with her team, and they celebrated
Did you watch it?
the One Battle After Another. I can't wait to see it, I haven't seen it yet.
Okay.
But I am looking forward. I've been saying, "Oh, I wanna
Yeah.
see that, I wanna see it,"
Yeah.
ever since I saw it previewed, but I never just went to
It's
the
different. It's very
Oh, you've
different.
seen it?
Watched
Mm,
it at home.
well, okay, so
It's
1 out of
different.
10.
The movie,
Yeah,
not my cup of tea.
so 1 out of 10.
3, 4. Yeah,
Dang,
it's so all over the place.
okay,
Not for me.
'cause it had a great cast.
I know exactly. It
Ugh.
did. Yeah.
Okay, but people were saying she was doing too much. People were saying she was just doing too much. She was just making a scene. One part where she was celebrating someone else winning the nomination that she was nominated for,
Okay.
and her jumping up and down. They were
Yeah.
like, okay, yay, celebrate other women. That's cool.
Yeah.
But then when it was time for her to go accept her award with
Okay.
her cast, she had her arm around the director's neck like he was in a headlock. They went up on the stage and they were like, "Girl, just calm down. We know you act like you've been here before." So they were saying she was doing a little too much.
Don't tell that girl to calm down. She fucking won an Oscar.
That's true.
Okay? She worked hard for her shit. Don't tell her to calm
And
down.
I love where she's at right now in life.
Me too.
Like she is
Yes.
on her big right now.
Aaron, Pierre, I don't know what happened. I don't know why y'all not together no more. You fumbled the bag.
Mm,
Or not even a bag, but you fumbled a good woman, I just said.
yeah,
Yeah.
she's doing really good things.
Yeah.
All right.
Speaking about Tiana Taylor, she's has a collab with Air Jordan, her shoes. Have you seen them?
I have not.
Well, I'm such a big plant person, and it's like, so she's all about this rose from a concrete or
Yeah, yeah,
something
yeah,
like that.
yeah.
And so, oh my gosh, they're like green, and like the shoelaces like have like vines around it. And so where like the Air Jordan, like it's like a rose, and then if you like peel the rose back, you'll see the Air Jordan symbol. Yeah, so I oh, I want one. So hint, hint, hint. My birthday's coming up April 4th. I would love a pair of those shoes. So
Make it
cute.
happen, husband.
Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about you remember Tretch from Naughty by Nature
Yes.
and Peppa from Salt and Pepper. They
Uh-huh.
dated back in the days and they have
Mhm.
a daughter
They have a
together.
love child.
Yes,
Yes,
they
they
do.
do.
And did you see where she was debuting in her boxing career and was knocked out
Bum, bum, bum.
by a two-time gold Olympic champion?
So, 2 times
Yes.
gold Olympic champion, and
Yes.
this was her debut.
Yes. That's
Wow,
not a
that's not
uh
equal. Yeah,
yeah,
that's kind of,
match.
yeah.
Poor baby.
You said poor baby.
Poor baby, she was knocked out.
Ooh,
And and
child.
and, the, and her opponent was yeah, gold medalist of taekwondo.
Mm,
That's some UFC stuff. But yeah, poor baby.
mm.
So anyways, what you got?
Well, if you get knocked down, get back up.
That's right.
So, we're talking about this comment that was made by Kevin Gates, and I really want you to tell me what you think about this. So Kevin Gates says his childhood trauma made him feel as if his wife should give him more attention than his kids. And he said that was just based off of his own trauma and he should have never thought that or applied that on her. What do you think?
It's an old saying that men want their wives to be like their mother. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
they seek, and a lot of times they end up marrying a woman that kind of reminds them of their mom. For
What?
yeah, I've been told I remind my husband of his mom.
Okay.
The
Mannerisms and stuff.
jovial
Yeah, yeah.
spirit
Yeah.
and all that kind of stuff. Um, at least he acknowledges that. So that's something that he just needs to work on because that has nothing to do with his wife
Yeah, I
or
think
whoever he's
no,
with.
and I'm not sure if like as he's digging into who he is as a man
Yeah,
and kind of trying to figure out, why or how he operates in that manner, maybe that's something that came out of it. And he's
yeah.
like, hey, that's something that I did that was wrong and I
Mhm.
shouldn't have done. But
Are
I
we talking
feel
about Draca, his ex-wife? Like, is he talking about
he
her?
didn't speak
Okay.
in particular, like he didn't say her or wife
Oh,
previous,
okay.
but I think a lot of men do that. I think a lot of
Mhm.
men are jealous.
Competing with the children?
Yes,
Yeah.
competing with the children, jealous of maybe the wife giving the children more attention than
It
she's giving them.
happens.
And I think that's something that men need to check.
No, but it really does happen. I can honestly say that that's what's happened with me when I had children. I did pay more attention to the kids and their needs over my husband.
But don't you think you should? You're the mother.
Yes and no, because I was a wife. Well, I was never a wife to them, but I feel like you still have a duty to your husband because you're a wife, and just as if you have a duty to your children. But here's the thing, if the husband steps up and shares the responsibility
That
when it
part.
comes to taking care of the kids, she can focus more of her time and attention on you.
Yeah, that part. I mean, yeah, you're exactly right.
Yeah.
Tap into
It
that.
can all it could just like Lauryn Hill said, "It could all be so
We about to
simple."
give this girl an album.
Karaoke.
We
Yes, give
about to
me
give
an
her an
album.
album.
Alright. Alright, so let's talk about how, I'm always talking about the economy and all this kind of stuff. I just need you guys to know like where we are right now. The US lost this 92,000 non-farm jobs in February, and the job loss rate rose to 4.4%, according to the data released Friday or sometime last month by the Bureau of Labor Statistics. And remember, January was like 100 and something, February. So that's like 200 to 300,000 jobs already gone in 2 months of the
Mm,
of a friend who got laid off last year and they're kind of scared because they've been applying for jobs and there's so many people looking for jobs right now. So
yeah.
just at this point, if you have a job, it's almost a luxury. It's a luxury.
It is hard for people to find jobs right now. I've talked to a couple of people who have
Yeah.
been unemployed for a little bit and still searching and going through multiple layers of interviews. Like with one company, it's like a 3 interview process now.
Yes.
Like,
Who's got time for all of
I
that?
guess they do. I guess they want to make sure they get the right candidates so they're not wasting their time and their money. But
Mhm.
here's another part that, I was listening to DL Hughley
Mhm.
today, and he was talking about how, there was a lady who made a comment about she was dumb for voting for Trump
Mm.
for the third time.
Wow.
And she was upset with him, and she's like, you said that the economy was good and the employment was up and the
Mhm.
taxes were down, and
Yep.
but you lied.
Yep.
And DL Hughley was saying, hey, this is a guy who feels like if he repeats things multiple times, you'll
Mhm.
believe it. So why wouldn't he
Yeah.
say
Mhm.
the price of gas is going
I
down?
read
The
somewhere
price of
where
gas
since
is
he's been
going
in
down.
office, his net worth went up like 1 billion. So basically, he knew this was going to be his last term. So he got into office allegedly. Okay, this is just my conspiracy theory to make sure that he and his people become thinking wealthy. Yep,
Millionaires. But
billionaires,
here's the thing.
trillionaires.
Also on the other side of that
Yeah,
though, he's trying to remove the terms
I
of
know, of
presidents.
course.
So,
Good
the
luck with
way
that.
I don't know. I
It
don't
ain't
know.
gonna
These
happen.
people are like hypnotized behind Trump. Yeah.
What you got?
Did an interview with Kristen Kabat, who is the lady that got caught at the Coldplay concert with her employer.
Yeah.
Did you listen to it?
Not the whole thing, but I did see a clip.
I didn't listen to it because I don't know why Oprah's giving her screen time.
Well, I mean, there was an audience for it, and people, I mean, I think Pepsi did a commercial on that incident. So it was something that's like trending. I
It's
mean, and who
so
don't you
it's
guys
so
want to know the
but
whole
it's so
story?
American. No. No.
So, did you
Because
know?
he and her are not the first and will not be the
But their
last.
reaction, them getting caught, that's what it was. So, did you know that her husband was at the
Yes,
concert
I
with
saw that.
another woman?
Yeah, they're supposedly separated, but that does not excuse the fact that you were with your boss
Yeah.
at the concert. And isn't her boss married also?
Yeah, but supposedly on that interview too,
Oh,
they
he's
were
separated too.
separated.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. Ooh, what coincidence is that? Oh, it all makes sense. Like, get out of here. And if you repeat it several times, you'll believe it, huh?
That's funny.
Yeah, yeah. I don't
Yeah.
know why Oprah gave her that screen time, but yeah, I did not listen to it. I'm not sure if I'm gonna listen to it.
Yeah.
I don't know if I have time for that.
Yeah.
Okay, well, what else you got?
That's all I have.
Well, I think we did good today, girl. Those were some good topics. Even though we
Yeah.
didn't dig deep into this gas price right now.
Yeah.
$4. We're
Yeah.
almost at $4.
I know. And then because of the oil prices going up, that means our groceries can go up because I mean, they have to import and
Yeah.
transport the food. And so,
It's
and
it
it's
is it is just a
good
interesting
timing.
time to be alive.
It's just good timing because I mean, the summers is approaching us and a lot of families struggle with their kids being at home. That's why there's, eating up all the damn groceries.
But also when the kids are home, do you know what that means?
What?
That means like the electricity in the house bill goes up. They're eating all the food.
Right. That's
Like
what I'm saying. It's going to be some hard
it's just
times.
yeah, it's not good
Yeah.
at all. Okay, well, that kind of leads to our topic for today. And since we are discussing National Women's Month, I wanted to jump into what creates a soft life for women's culture today. So, my first question to you is,
Mhm.
what does a soft life look like to you?
Well, from, just what I've seen on social media and just like reading and watching and everything, to me, it means like, first of all, a woman being a girly girl, like being able to have the time and take the time to do my makeup, do my hair, do some self care,
Okay.
and to not be just overdriven, always being committed to so many things and just being able to like take your time and smell the roses and that kind of
And
stuff.
see, this is why I love us, because
Mhm.
I didn't even think of a soft life from that perspective.
Okay.
Um, because I feel like, and before I even went into, kind of looking up what a soft life means definition wise,
Mhm.
I feel like a soft life means a healthy life balance.
Mhm.
I think it feels to me like financial freedom,
Mhm.
and then a controlled environment. Because when I think of soft life, I think about walking into my home where the air, it's a cool environment, smells like roses, all the sudden lights dimmed,
Yeah.
and I can just sit down and relax with my soft life to me is the creation of everything around me and
Yeah.
how everything is kind of like a soothing, settled lifestyle.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I did check out chat and wanted to know what chat or the Google or social
Mhm.
media felt like a soft life was. And they define a soft life as not consistently in survival mode.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So not consistently on fight. So are you living a soft girl life?
You know what? It's so funny that you bring this up and that you chose this to be a topic because there was a period that I did not feel like I was. Um, and I feel like it's different when you're a single person and when you're married. There's different
So
expectations.
yeah. So you said there was a period like
Yes.
recent, or how long ago was this period
I
where you
would
felt like,
say maybe the last time I did not feel like I had a soft life was probably sometime last year. So it's pretty current for me
okay,
that I'm feeling and I feel like because I am always taking the initiative and taking the lead of just doing things and getting things done, whether it's work or home or family stuff, right? And I don't know what it is, but I don't know if I step back, but I have noticed my husband has stepped up a lot. And so I don't even have to ask him. And that's what we, as, married women and a partnership, sometimes like you just don't feel like you should have to ask
yeah,
for help or, can you do this or do that? No, he's just been stepping up, doing things. And that's been making me feel like I can like sit back and relax. And like you said, when you go home, it smells good, it's, yada, yada, yada. Like you just don't feel like you always have to do something.
yeah,
So, yeah, I love it. I'm
yeah.
feeling it. Yeah.
So I do agree that there is different, I guess, levels or
Mhm.
different mindsets to a soft life when you're single versus when you're
Oh,
married.
yeah.
I being a mother of
Mhm.
a young children and having a husband there
Yeah.
versus being a mother with young children single by yourself, because there's nothing more convenient than having help, having someone there to help you
Yeah.
assist getting the kids baths to bed.
So, as someone who was a single mom, when I was doing it on my own with my kids, I did not feel like it was a hard life, if that
I
makes
agree.
any
No,
sense.
I agree.
Maybe because I was in survival mode and I felt like I just had to do what I had to do. Now, what would make it feel like a hard life is if I were married with children and I was still doing it by myself. Because here I do have a partner who I'm still doing all the things that I did as a single mom. This person should be balancing out all, you see what I'm saying? So that to me would make it feel like a hard life. Just because you're married doesn't make it soft, doesn't make it
Mm-mm.
easy. If they're not helping, it makes it harder.
Hey,
Yeah.
that's a good point.
Yeah.
That's a
So
very good point.
now I looked it up, and what I found to according to the internet, that living a soft life means intentionally prioritizing peace.
Okay.
And I have talked about that so much because once you find it, you don't want to let it go.
Yeah.
That's why I'm quick to cut people off. Okay.
Not cut them off,
So
girl. But I did find that was the top thing on there too, was prioritizing your peace.
peace. Yep. Comfort and joy over constant hustle and stress.
Yes.
It says it involves setting firm boundaries, slowing
Yes.
down routines, and nurturing mental, physical, and emotional well being. It is a life of ease where you choose the path of least resistance, Nurture your inner child and nurture yourself. But how do you do that?
So I you kind of covered some of the things I saw because I
Okay.
wanted to break them down.
Yeah.
But it did say something about prioritizing peace.
Mhm.
And in my mind, I was like, okay, how do you prioritize peace? What
Yeah.
does that look like?
Okay.
And it says protecting your energy,
Mhm.
which means if you're putting more energy into arguing with someone,
That part.
if you're putting more energy in trying to prove yourself to
Mm.
someone, and if
Mhm.
you're putting more energy into over explaining yourself all
Okay.
the time, then
Mhm.
that's not protecting your peace.
Or overextending yourself to people
That,
to make them
yes,
happy
yes,
or to
that.
yeah, because we tend to you're people please if you're a pe I have always been a people pleaser.
Mm.
And so I think the older I got, I'm always the one who initiates group chats and get-togethers and, all that kind of stuff. And I'm just like, I'm gonna start doing things more for me.
Okay, boo. So sit down on my couch and tell me, where do you think that people pleasing comes from? Why do you think you're a people pleaser? Like, where do you think that stems from? Because it comes from somewhere.
I don't know. It could be, I mean, I'm an Aries, so I can be a social person, or it could be the fact that, I think for me, I like happy people. I like being
Mm.
around happy people. And I like that energy. I don't like it when people are angry or sad. So maybe that's where that comes from. I just feel like hurt people,
Yes, ma'am.
and happy people leave you alone.
Oh, okay.
You see what I'm saying? Because if you're not, misery loves company. So if you're happy, you're like happy. You're boasting in your happy energy.
But you're
You
gonna
ain't,
bring joy around people when you're in their presence. Yeah,
happy
yeah.
people ain't gonna be like, let me go fuck with Brandy's life.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? That's miserable people
Yes.
that do.
Session one time, and I'm a people pleaser too.
Mhm.
And that question came from my therapist, like, "Why do you think you're a people pleaser?" And I'm like, or she asked me, where did I think that came from?" And I was explaining and talking to her about how when I was growing up, at the age of 12, I was having to watch my sisters while my mom worked. And I had to cook and I had to clean and I had to make sure everything
Mhm.
was done
Mhm.
before she got home.
Mhm.
And she felt like that just became a pattern of my life
Mhm.
because I felt like if I was pleasing my mom when she came home from a long day,
Yeah.
I felt good. So
Mhm.
I wanted that same feeling in other relationships.
Okay.
So I started to try to please people
Yeah.
by doing things that they wanted me to do to make them feel good so I feel good. And it
Yeah.
was like an exchange. And so I related to that. I was like, yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
So that's another thing that it talked about in a soft life is there is nothing wrong with therapy, tapping into your inner child, figuring out who you are and where does some of these things come from. Because believe it or not, your childhood is who molds you into the individual you are. And there's a lot of things that we don't realize in our childhood or in our lives that has just came up from childhood trauma. That guy said. What's the rapper I just said his name
Kevin
was?
Gates.
Kevin Gates.
But so
Yeah.
why is it that some people can go through an abusive childhood and grow up and not be an abuser, and then the other one because you know what I'm saying? People could have similar type of childhoods but grow up to be two different total people. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, but in that same sense. So you're saying like
I
some
think
people,
as you become an adult, it is up to you the kind of adult that you are. Just because you had a certain childhood doesn't dictate who you are today. It should not. You
I
have the
don't
choice
know.
to
I
heal yourself. You have
You
the
do.
choice to be different. You don't, you can, how can you break a
But
cycle?
how do you
If,
heal yourself?
but how do you break a cycle if you want to keep using what happened to you as a kid be the reason for your choices today? You make the
Well, no, no,
choice.
no.
Yeah.
They say you have generational like beliefs or generational things that you feel like you have passed on from generation to generation to generation.
So,
You know,
like what I just said, like breaking the curse,
it
like,
doesn't necessarily have to be a curse. It could be
oh.
just like a like say
Like
my
alcoholism runs in families like
yeah,
that?
or
Yeah.
yeah, things like that.
Uh-huh.
That just seems like it goes from generation to generation to generation. And how do you break those type of things? You have to find the root cause.
Well, they always say knowing is the first step. You have to know,
Identifying, yeah.
right? So, knowing that alcoholism runs in your family, then you know to stay away from it. It's choices
Ooh,
that you make. That's what I'm
that's harder
saying.
done than said.
Mm,
It really is. I feel like just me personally, um
Hey, it goes back to that conversation we had about people being overweight, and you said they were lazy because you shouldn't be overweight
no,
because
I
you.
didn't say they were lazy.
Oh,
I
yes, you
said I
did.
said everybody has the option to exercise.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody has the option. If you have working
Mm-hmm.
legs and arms, you
Yeah.
should be able to
So it's the
exercise.
same thing with alcohol. Like you have the option to not drink.
That's true. That's true. But I'm saying it's not as easy
That's what
as we
I was
make it
saying.
seem.
It's not
You
that
did say that,
easy.
but I
Yeah.
don't know. That's another conversation for
Exactly.
another day.
It is. We
But
always we're
but
going off topic.
but but this is part of it though. It said mental health. And
Uh-huh.
it said a part of the mental health piece of it was your nervous system. And if you're always like triggered,
Yeah.
then or stressed,
Mhm.
then it causes you to react a certain way and you're not going to be able to live a soft life.
Well, how do you even live a soft life in this economy right now? But honestly, when you posed this to be our topic, my first thought was God. You have to have God in your life because everything in your life that worries you or stresses you out, there's an answer for it in the Bible.
I agree. I do agree you have to have faith
Mhm.
and you have to have something to believe in to lean on during your hardships and your
Yeah.
troubled times. So I do think that putting God first
I think faith.
and
Your
recognizing,
faith. You
yeah.
gotta, yeah, I have always been told you're such a worrier. I'm a worrier. Is it possible for a man to live a soft life?
That's a good question. That's a really good question.
And what
Uh,
would you call it?
for a man,
Yeah, to live a soft
for a
life.
man,
As a husband and wife, right? We're not here to just judge each other or blame each other. At least I hope, because that's not healthy.
yeah.
But so when they're coming to you legitimately with a concern, just know that it's coming from a place where it's bothering them, and all you want to do as the partner, as your husband or as the wife, is make things better. And the only way you can do that is to listen.
So I do think that ultimately, um, being able to have a soft life with a partner does require one another, respecting one another, and providing each
Respect.
other grace in the
Yes.
process.
Hmm.
Because like we've touched, all of us come from different backgrounds, come from different family dynamics, and then when you put two people together
Yeah.
who are from two separate worlds, there's going to be some friction. There's
Yeah.
going to be conflict. That is normal
Hmm.
if you're trying to create a soft life with your partner, like
Yeah.
you said, then there has to be things that you have to incorporate in that life, meaning being thoughtful for one another and
Mm, yes.
not judging one another. Like if my husband came home from a long day of work, am I going to fuss at him for not taking the trash out that morning?
Hmm.
I shouldn't.
Yeah.
Do I? But if I'm
You don't
trying to
even have
live
to
a
fuss. Maybe if you could just ask nicely,
No, I'm saying,
you know?
say he forgot to,
Yeah.
and he's already had a hard day coming
Yeah.
in. You took the trash out. He forgot to. He comes in after a hard day of
Oh,
work. Are you going to
no.
immediately say, "Oh my gosh, why didn't you take the trash out this
No.
morning? I had to take it out."
Yeah, no.
Now, some people do, and that's what creates an environment that's not soft
Exactly.
because you're not taking in consideration that other person who just had a long, hard day at work.
And you gotta pick and choose your battle.
Yeah,
Remember,
yeah.
like, yeah, you don't
So,
arguing.
yeah, less arguing.
Yes.
That's just a part of
Mhm.
trying to create a soft life. Or unfortunately, based off what I see and I know, I don't know how many couples are practicing those things.
Mhm.
So, you know, I do like the fact that you brought that up.
Yeah.
And how do you create that soft life in a marriage? Because
Yeah.
marriage is already tough as it is.
Yeah, because you live a busy life, especially if there's children involved and then throw in pets. There's like
Yeah.
you got to walk the dog, you got to make lunches, you got to grocery shop, you got to go to work, you got to pick up kids. How do you create a
Okay, so
soft
this
life?
is off of subject.
Okay.
If you got all that going on, why you want pets? Why do you want to throw pets in the mix of that? I'm just saying. I'm just asking the question. If you already
Because
have a busy
yeah,
lifestyle and you have children and you're on the go, Why are you adding more to your plate?
There's so okay, do we really wanna go
No,
into
we
that?
don't, because I know
Okay.
you're a dog person, you're a
Yes.
pet person, but
Yeah.
maybe that's another topic.
Yeah.
Okay. But anyways, yeah, you're right.
Mhm.
So as we're starting to wrap it up, I do want to talk about what the internet said. Um, some of the things you can do to create a soft life.
Okay.
Intentional living is what they called it.
Mhm.
And I agree with that because that's my word, being intentional.
Yes.
So when they talk about being intentional, it means doing things like this. Slow down.
Mhm.
Why do you always have to be in a rush? A rush creates an environment where you feel like you're having to move, move, go, go, do this. And
Yeah.
that's not soft. You're feeling like that's going to corrupt your nervous system, get you like all fluttered. Another thing was enjoy your mornings. It talked about
Mhm.
how like most people wake up in the morning and they're automatically on the go,
Yeah.
like rushing around, getting my coffee, get my hair. What about waking up an hour or two earlier
What if
and
you can't?
and actually, why can't you?
I'm one of those people because if you don't sleep good, first of all, if you don't have a good night's sleep, you're not gonna feel rested enough
You
to
don't want
do
to know my
that.
answer to that
What is your answer?
because everything is all about body habits. And if you're
Mhm.
not sleeping good at night, you have to drill down to why you're not sleeping good
Mm,
at night, and there's a
mhm.
reason
Oh,
why.
yeah,
And
there
so you got to
is.
drill down to those
Definitely.
things.
Yeah.
But yeah, but I agree with that. I struggle waking up early. When I was younger, yeah, I could get
Yeah.
up at 5:30, 6 o'clock because I had
Yeah.
to. I had to get kids ready for school. Now that I'm older, it is a struggle getting out of the bed. But they say if you get up between the hours of 3 and 5 in the morning when everybody else is
Oh my
asleep and
goodness.
the vibration is low, you can get so much more done
Mhm.
and it makes your day productive.
It really does, and
Now you may have to go to
it
bed
makes you
at
feel
7.
good too
Yeah.
because you got stuff done
Now
and
you
you
may have
got
to
it
go to
out the
bed at
way.
7, 8 o'clock
Oh
PM,
my goodness.
but at least you're waking up early getting stuff
You
done.
ain't watching no Oscars.
Right, right. Another thing it's talked about is building routines.
Mhm.
They say if you build routines, then it doesn't require you to always be on the go or thinking off the top of your dome, which creates you to be able to be subtle, slow, and even.
Okay.
And so my personal opinion is I love that. When I had children and
Yeah.
we were in school and I was a single mom, we had routines. We had bedtime like clockwork. We had
Yeah.
dinner time like clockwork. We were on routine. And I'm not going to lie, I didn't struggle raising my kids as a single mom. I didn't, not one bit. I had a good job. I had my kids, I like to say I have my kids trained, but I
Mhm.
had my kids on a routine and we did good
Yeah.
and we didn't have any problems.
I feel like another reason why my life's starting to feel soft, right? Because I used to meal prep a lot and I used to make my husband's lunch and cook all the time. And I
Hmm.
realized he started making his lunch. Okay, that helped out. And then what I was doing was like fruit and vegetables. You got to wash them, you got to cut them, you got to clean them. And somebody was like, why don't you just go ahead and buy like the already cut fruit? And I'm like, "They're so expensive," because like me, I'm trying to save money and stuff. But at the end of the day, when I was buying all the fruit, I wasn't cutting them. They
They
would
were going
spoil,
bad.
they were going and I was
Yeah.
throwing money away.
Yes.
Where now I just go ahead and buy the pre-cut fruit trays, and I can easily start meal prepping all my stuff, and it just
Mm.
makes it so much easier, and we're eating it. It's not it's not being
Yeah.
wasted. And now also I started doing like the prepped meals at Sam's, so I'm not cooking so much and having to wash dishes because it's a lot in one day for you to get up to go to work, come home and deal with your pets and then cook and then clean. And so part of that I don't cook as much as I used to, and I don't have to clean as much as I used to. So that's kind of helped.
Yeah. And that's called routine.
Mm, yes and no. Like I try to stick to a routine, but my life
But you
is
don't think meal prepping is a part of a routine?
but I don't. It can't yeah, it is. I mean, it and like I said, I try to live a routine life, but it's never consistent.
Yeah.
It's just because there's always something new that pops up, and I'm spontaneous. I'm too spontaneous to be too routine, but I try.
Mm. Yeah.
Trying is what matters.
Facts. And the last thing it talked about was celebrating small moments.
Okay.
So, they always say, yes, we celebrate Christmas, the holidays,
Mhm.
birthdays, things like that, promotions, things like that. But what about just celebrating the small accomplishments? Like you, who I know you and your husband save this enormous amount of money by budgeting and things like that. That's a huge time to celebrate.
Mhm.
That accomplishment, it may have not seemed, big,
Yeah.
but it was huge. And that was something that you and him should have just went out and celebrated for. So this is just, making sure you're celebrating moments that, you know, are small
Mhm.
but impactful.
I also do believe too that spending time with nature can help with that soft life, quiet time. I've always read that when you do wake up in the morning, you should probably like not even look at your phone, at least for the
Yeah.
first 30 minutes. Because
Ooh, 30
imagine
minutes.
waking up, right? And the first thing you do is grab your phone and then you see your favorite actor died. That's like not a good way to start a
Well, I,
morning.
I wake up every morning and grab my phone, but
We
I grab
all
it but I do it for
do.
my Bible app. And I
Okay.
spend 15 to 20 minutes in the morning with my Bible app,
Yeah.
because mentally that prepares me for my day.
Mhm.
So, but they do say it's not good to first thing you wake up, whether it doesn't matter what you're doing, is picking up that phone.
No, can even
Yeah.
just, like, physically for your eyes. Just
Yeah.
imagine, because your eyes are looking at screens all day long. It could just cannot be good.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I feel like spending some time in nature, especially with the weather feeling. Because girl, I don't know if you could tell, but I got a little tan.
You do got a little
'Cause I
tan.
had a garage sale, and it was so much fun, and, you would think it's a lot of work, but it wasn't because most of my stuff were already in bins. It was just a matter of putting the table out and putting stuff out, but we usually do, like, a family garage sale. So, like, my uncles came, my cousin came, my aunt came, Clifton was there. We just have chairs, we have the music going, just sitting out in the
You had your
sun, and
tables and all your stuff out and,
yeah,
you
we
know?
just sit there and just wait, and girl, we have repeat
So how much
customers.
money did you make?
I only made $50. But listen.
Did you get rid of everything you wanted to get rid of?
No, I still had a whole bunch of stuff. I think people look for furniture and stuff, but look, listen, my aunt, she has a son, and he's a sneakerhead. So she had so many like Air Force Ones, like
Wow.
Jordans, like retro Jordans, and like for sale. Girl, I ended up buying them shoes from her.
So you didn't even make any money.
Yeah, well, I paid for them. The money that I made paid for those shoes.
Yeah, so
I
you broke
mean,
even.
but girl, I had some retro Jordan. Girl, I looked up these Jordans, and sorry, auntie, but some of them are going for $200 or more, and I bought it for
Wow.
25. So there you go.
Okay. Hmm.
I'm just saying.
Win-win.
But yeah, but I feel like my face is glowing because I was in the sun a little bit, and that vitamin D, especially when you got melanin in you already,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
gonna do good for your body.
Yeah. But yeah,
Mhm.
I love nature too, and it also touched on creating a clean environment. I'm the type of person that I cannot deal with clutter. So clutter drives me crazy. So they did talk about your environment
Hence
to
garage
create.
sales.
Right, got to get rid of
Get
all
rid
that.
of it. Yeah.
But it did talk about just creating a soft environment by keeping a clean space, keeping the energy high. I think it even talked about like peace, like being in nature, something like that.
Yeah.
But it didn't talk so much about nature. It just talked about creating your peaceful environment. And that goes back to like I never really realized how a lot of people would go plant like do gardens in the
Oh,
backyard or
yeah. It's
plant bed.
therapy.
Yes.
It really is. But did you see that video that went viral where the wife was recording and she was like confronting her husband who was like sleeping in the car after he got off work? He sat in his car for a whole hour.
No.
Yeah, so that was going viral, and so a lot of men, when they get off of work, if they can't even walk into their home, there's no wife missed her husband, and when he comes walking through the door, she's like, "Hey, babe," and then there's so many things, right, that need to be taken care of, so you're like, "Hey, babe, we gotta do this and do this, or did you hear about this, or da 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 da," it's like your dog when you get home and your dog's like, it could be like that. But all you have to do as a husband or as a wife, if the roles are reversed, is communicate. Like, babe, you know what? When I walk in the house, let me decompress for 1 hour, just 1 hour.
Now, girl, that sounds so good. That sounds so good, but in real life, like, first off, if your husband's having to sit in his car for an hour
Yeah.
before he comes in, there's some issues.
Yeah.
Can he communicate? Yes. Do men communicate? No. And then the third thing is, how do you think that person's gonna take when you say, "Hey, babe, I just got home. I just need a second to decompress and get myself together." If it's someone who is understanding and have their own stuff kind of together, they might
Mhm.
be like, "Okay, I
I
understand."
think
If it's somebody that's not
yeah.
and still they don't understand, then it's gonna cause more friction in the
I
home.
think you always should try to put yourself in another person's shoes,
Yeah,
you know, and just know like, man, this person's job is a lot more stressful than mine, and they worked
yeah,
longer hours. So when they come home, the last thing they want is, you know,
yeah.
maybe greet your spouse by giving them a hug and a kiss and, dinner's ready, or I'll have dinner ready, or you don't even have to do that part, but just greet them with a kiss. Hey, and give them some quiet time. Let them come to you.
Well, audience, I hope you guys are listening because I know real talk. This is
Yeah,
some good advice, for men and women because, like, we
definitely.
all want to live in a soft life.
Yeah.
We all want to have an environment where we feel comfortable,
Mhm.
safe,
Yeah.
and appreciated. And those things can only be done if we create the environment. You can only create the environment if
Set
one set
boundaries. So it's
boundaries.
possible.
Yes.
Just know, guys, it's possible.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
So I want to thank you guys for tuning in. I hope we gave you guys some good information. Hopefully, you'll provide us some feedback on what you thought and how you're creating your soft life. Like, share, and comment.
And do something special for a woman in your life right now while it's Women's International Month.
And we're out.